Welcome to Daddy Share Space. So today I just have my TSO equipment that I purchased over the past few years laid out here on my MFT, and I just pulled it out just for a little bit of eye candy or whatever for the video. But what I wanted to dial in on is these actual TSO connectors here. Now, I didn't realize, so I purchased the original set. I believe it comes with the 30-inch and the 50-inch, and it also comes with some connectors. And then I went back and I purchased the 20-inch rail. So I guess this is the 20-inch here. And then I have the 30-inch. And finally, 50-inch. And the reason why I purchased all of them is quite obvious, I believe, so that I can actually have the most versatility in making cuts. Now, over my time of using this particular set, what I've come to realize is that having to change out the actual connector, which, let me go ahead and just take this one off now. It's not difficult to do, to take off the TSO connector in order to put it, say, on the 20-inch rail. And line that up. So it's not something that's, you know, it takes a terrible amount of time. However, I did find it to be a little bit annoying to have to do that time and time again. Also, as you see here, the actual stop, you have to pull it off and place it. And actually, this is going to go on this side here, like this. And as you see how I'm kind of, just kind of tinkering around with this, just giving you kind of a real-time example of what you have to do, and you have to do that ×2 for each transition, whether you're going from, let me move the triangle over here, whether you're going from the actual 20-inch to 30-inch to 50-inch rail, you're constantly taking these things off and moving them around. So something that I didn't notice, when I actually purchased my original kit, I had actually purchased some extra stop cocks. So I have 2 of those here, and I also purchased some extra connectors, bar connectors that attach to the rail. I didn't realize it at the time. Because when I bought the TSO set, I was just wanting to get up and running, and so I went ahead and threw this one on, and I just started cutting away. Well, after a while of switching the components from rail to rail, I started to think, like, man, it'd be nice to just have them all set up, and then all I have to do, I don't have to adjust this portion anymore. All I would have to do is adjust my actual length of material by loosening this and sliding it back and forth. And what that would require would be having a total of, let's see, I guess a total number of 6 of these here, the connectors, and then also 6 of the actual stop cocks. Now, obviously, I have I have 1 of each, so that would mean I would need 4 more of the other ones. Well, as I said, I didn't realize that I had actually purchased some extra stop cocks, so I only need 2 more to fill out the set. Now, this particular model of the TSO connector is actually different than the one that I have here. And if you were into the TSO parallel guide system, you would want to kind of make a decision about this before you purchase. Now, I have a Makita rail here. And this particular setup here the one that I have here. Let me go ahead and move some of this extra product out of the way. Now, let's kind of focus in here and take a look at both of these rails. All right, these little grub screws here I got to keep up with. All right, so we see here we have a Festool rail, obviously, and then over here we have the Makita rail. And I can actually take this connector and slide it onto the Makita rail. Right? And I'm good to go. And here, obviously, I have this one on the Festool rail. Now, I can actually, I'm going to go ahead and put this on the shorter rail just so it fits within the actual camera parameters. I'm going to put this on. As you see, you know, it takes a little bit of time just to do this. I mean, it doesn't take hours, obviously, but it's just every second counts in the shop. And it just would be easier if this was already set up. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to disconnect this particular connector. And this one here is exactly the same as the one that I have attached here to the Makita rail. So I'm going to go ahead and slide that in. Snap just a little bit more. And there you go. I'll tighten that down. And we have, we should have both of them in the actual shot. So as you see here, this particular model actually fits on both the Makita and the Festool and whatever other rails that are compatible like this. I believe like the Triton and maybe even the new Milwaukee as well will be able to accommodate this TSO connector. This one, however, let's move this out of the way. This particular TSO accessory is different than the other one, so let's go ahead and point out those differences. All right, so as we look at these actual TSO connectors, we look at them from the front here, and then let's look at them from the side, and then from the back. All right, and then so one of the things I want you to take note of, if you look at this particular connector here, there's a bar on the top, whereas this particular connector, it does not have a bar on the top of the actual device. The center bar appears to be the same if you look across both, this bar here, but you don't have this actual lip on this one. This particular model here, the one without the lip, is universal to fit across the different track saw tracks, the Makita and the Festool. This particular model here is specific for the Festool track. And let me show you how that works. So I've got my Festool track here. I'm going to take off the older model, and that gives me the ability to slide on and off. You notice there, it just slides on and off. Now, this particular model also operates. It slides on, and you tighten it down. All right, and you're good to go. You can use it in that way, basically the same way that you would use the previous model. Now, before I move forward to show you the difference, let's take the Makita rail, which actually has the anti-tip lip, which is here, and this will not slide on because of this rear rail here. You can see it will not go past this anti-tip. So the distance between this area here and the edge of the rail is not the same as it is on the Festool from here to here. So this particular model is specifically designed to go over the top of the Festool rail. And the reason why they designed it like that is because I can actually take out these screws and once I take them out, I can actually just drop this in over the top and I can utilize it like that. Now they do have these grub screws, which I set over here to the side. Let's grab those. And if you notice, I don't know if you could see it here, there are actually some openings here and here on this particular device. And you could take these grub screws, which actually have like a little rubber tip on the end, and that will touch up against the rail. And you can actually put these in here. They have some kind of a blue coating on them, like a Loctite. So you can screw that in, and there's a hole there to where it will actually stick out the other side right there, if you can see it. Now, this one I opened a while ago, so this grub screw has been out for a while, and I'm noticing as I go to try to tighten it, it's not actually going in very well at all. Like, I feel like I'm going to actually cause some damage. It just seems like it's already bottomed out. However, clearly it's not, and there's no connection from the rubber stopper at the tip. It's not protruding through the other end here. So this is offering no degree of security on this rail. I'm unable to snug it up right here. I may go ahead and continue to drill that down and see if it'll work. But before I do that, since this one was out of the package, I don't know if there's, being that we're in the garage, if there's any kind of expanding versus contracting that could have possibly caused this issue. I have one that is still packaged. So we're gonna open it here on camera and see if that component is actually supposed to go in there. So we see the little screws here, or the little grub screws, whatever you want to call them, with the Teflon tip. And I'm going to see if I can put it in there brand new out of the pack. Now this is in the same weather environment, but just still bundled up, and it does get snug. So let me just try to continue to twist this in and see if it goes. It is continuing to screw in with force. It's pretty tight, and that's probably because of the actual Loctite. So it is going in. All right, and now I have it coming to the other side. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one too. I was concerned because, you know, thinking maybe it was some other method. So I guess the Loctite is on there. It's going to make it more challenging to screw in. It's going to make you feel like it shouldn't go any further, but I guess that's just to lock it in so that it doesn't come out. So I'll go ahead and screw that in. See if you can see that come through. All right, and it's starting to, I can see it on the other end right here on the tip. So let's put this other one in as well. Just tighten that up. Okay, and so what that's going to do, what that little Teflon is going to do, is when I put this on here, it's just a slight bit of actual left to right play. And what I can do is tighten that up so that it'll be snug on the rail. But not so much so to where I can't take it off. So I want to just keep tightening that down. Let me take this and turn it on its side here. Tighten this one up too. All right, as you see, so that doesn't move. So I want to basically take it back just a hair. So that I can actually take that off and put it on, but have no lateral play. Kind of like how when you put your track saw on the rail, you want it to not have any slop. You want this to function in the same way to where it goes down on top, and as you see, the play is no longer in the device. And just to show a comparison, I'm going to go ahead and take this component out. And we're going to put this on here, and you'll see this here, by comparison to this one, it actually has a little bit more lateral play left to right, and this one, the lateral play is out. So there's no more lateral play on this one with these actual grub screws in. So I'm going to go ahead and put another grub screw in this one, and the last thing I want to do is see if I can use it in the other method as well. So if I decided I wanted it to be more secure than this drop-on component, all right, so we got it on there. It's still a little bit loose. Let me turn it up on its side like this and tighten that down a bit. All right, so that's on, and I can put it on anywhere on the rail and just get it going. Now, so as you can see the benefit of having the Festool system, where you could just basically pick it up and put it on the rail. Let me see if I can get that on camera there. It just slaps on, and you don't get the left to right play. This makes it a little bit easier. Well, let me back up. So this makes it easier to attach the actual device to the rail. Let's go ahead and take this off. put this together and see it in fully operational mode. Okay, so by comparison, right, what I could do now is I'll take this component and I'll just drop it in, and I'm ready to go. And I can loosen this portion and set it wherever I want it to be and tighten it down. And there's, let me hold that down a bit. There's no left to right play going this way on the actual device. And when I'm done, I can simply take it off and put it on my next piece of work. By comparison, this particular one here, I have to slide it in on the end. I have to make sure I'm loose enough so that that portion will connect, and then I need to tighten it down to get rid of that lateral play, which requires me obviously to have this screwdriver on deck. So here we go. We can see both pieces in contact with the rail there. And so this one's snug. This one I can just take off, put it back on as I see fit. There you go. Now, you have to kind of decide which system you want to go with. If you're going to go with a rail similar to the Makita, I believe the new Milwaukee has that as well, this anti-tip feature, then the only option you have is to go with the conventional method of this model here, where it doesn't have the lip, where it does not clamp or sit down over top of the actual track. This will be your only option. However, if you do decide to go with Festool, TSO has shown them a little bit of extra love through their engineering process and giving you the ability to use this particular device without the bar underneath it for quicker interactions or whatever. You know, it's a lot faster just to throw this on than it is to kind of put this portion on. So if you need to go from rail to rail, say you're going to cut up one side of your panel, you can, you know, just drop this on and do that. And then if you wanted to cut up a different panel, you just take it off, you put it on that other rail, and you're good to go. So in my opinion, this TSO is not a cheap system. It's not cheap at all. And before I realized that I had these extra components, both these and also the other two stop cocks or whatever, before I recognized that I had those, I totaled it out as far as the price of just buying 4 of these, and then whether you chose this model or the older model, 4 of these, it's like, it's pretty expensive. It's I want to say, because this component here, this is the 2 different styles. These alone are like $55 and $60 or so a piece. So if you need 4 of those, that's $240, give or take, at the top end. And these are another 55 or so dollars a piece. I'll put the actual price on the screen, but so basically you're talking about $400 just to outfit all of your rails, you know, just for two rails. Luckily I have the ones for 2. I do have to kind of make my decision though on whether I want to buy one more set like this that actually just slide on, which would mean I would have to use it only with my Festool rails, or if I wanted to buy another set like this, which would give me the ability to use my Festool or my Makita rails. These are just, you know, first world problems or whatever that, you know, you have to kind of decide between. Personally, as I say, I would, if you're Festool, I would go with this one. It is a little bit more expensive. However, what you're going to get is the ability, you can use the bar technique to fasten it so that it'll be just as secure, but you also have the ability to go without the bar. So now what I'm going to do is try to put the bar back in and see if I can use it in conjunction with the other method. I'm anticipating that may require me to actually have to back off on those thumb screws in order to get it to slide, but we will see. If that's the case, then then you won't have that toolless option. So I put this on here, and yeah, as you can see here, it's a lot more challenging to slide. But if I back this off, on both sides, which now it won't be fit properly, I can still use this method here and tighten that up. And there you go. So you have, you have both operations with the newer model with the lip, but that is only, those are Festool only features. So if you're going to, if you have a Makita track saw, if you have the new Milwaukee, you're going to use this particular TSO brand fixture here. And I'll take some pictures of them as well so you can see them side by side. But if you're going to use the Festool, you have an option, and that does not actually cause you to have to compromise the actual fastening ability. You just have the additional option to be able to drop it on, or you can go the old school route of unscrewing and sliding it on it. So it's just a short video about the TSO parallel guide system and the actual attachments. I will put the prices in the video when I speak about them, so that you understand the current prices or whatever. No kind of affiliate links or anything like that, because I'm not affiliated with TSO in any way or any of these companies. So thanks for taking time to watch the video. I'll see you in my next one.